morakniv 511 carbon. I've done a couple of mods to this knife, put a lanyard on there. I dropped the tip a bit and I ground the spine a bit. I've had this knife almost 3 years now. It's my absolute favorite knife. It's a half tang, so the tang is half as wide as the blade, and it goes to right about there. Anything that you would use a heavy folder for, you can use this knife for. This has been my EDC for, since I got the daggone thing. I instantly fell in love with it. It's extremely comfortable, extremely lightweight. It's 2.5 millimeters thick, so it's not the thickest knife, but I have used this knife to shave down planks of cedar and pine and stuff, just to fill up my trash can full of shavings, as you can see. This knife, I cannot say enough good things about it, and I can't say enough good things about my friend Dave over there at High Carbon Steel Love YouTube channel. He actually gifted me my very first mora, probably 10 years ago. Anyways, so after that first mora, I ended up losing that one because someone stole it. It was a high carbon robust high Q, and someone stole it from me. And the past few years I started researching, and into morakniv again, and getting interested in them again. Well, I went out there and I seen one that I liked, which was this one, and it's been with me ever since. I've since handled a Garberg. Haven't bought one yet. I have two morakniv light my fire versions. I have had two morakniv companion sparks. Still have one. I gifted another one away. I have 3 morakniv cans bowls. They're just awesome, outstanding knives. This one, on the other hand, I would not advise using as a pry bar or anything like that, because it has a half tang, so it will flex, and the size of the knife and the size of the tang actually allow it to do light battening and wood processing. I would not advise using this knife to try to split a ginormous log. Anything about half to 2/3 the length of the knife is perfectly fine. And whenever I am battening and splitting wood, I try to keep a loose grip on the knife, kind of a pinch grip style. So as you hit it right on top of where you want to split it. That way the shock does not go into the tang. So there's very, very, very minimal risk of the tang snapping. Now you can do this with a stick tang or push tang or 3/4 tang, half tang knife safely, with minimal risk of snapping your tang. I'm just hitting it right on top of the wood where I want it to split. and I'm using a loose grip, so if the knife does decide it's getting too much tension on it or whatever, it can float a little bit, whatever, but I still have enough grip to fill it out and guide it. That way it doesn't break or hurt somebody. As you can see, I'm just holding it onto it and guiding it. I'm not keeping a tight grip on it. So there is very minimal risk of this blade snapping. Hit it right where you want it to split and just tap, tap, tap away. It's a correct way to do almost everything. I'll give a shout out to High Carbon Steel Love, Dave. Go check out his channel. And if you were ever on the fence about morakniv, look, they're great. For the price, these are outstanding knives. I'm a fan, I'm a user. I'm quickly becoming a collector. I like them. They pass all the tests that I put them up against. But just keep in mind, these are not, this is not this, you know? So, I mean, just think about it. But other than that, I cannot say enough good things about these knives. I absolutely love them. This one in particular. I'm not sure if I mentioned the model number. This is the morakniv 511, the 511 basic carbon version. So 3 years of having this knife, and I still use it almost daily.